Welcome back to America Right Now. I'm Tom Basili. There will be a wedding at the White House today. Naomi Biden, the daughter of Hunter Biden and granddaughter of the president, will be the first presidential granddaughter to tie the knot at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Our next guest knows a thing or two about that incredible experience because he got married there. Joining us now to discuss what it's like and to get his perspective also on the 2022 elections is the former chairman of the New York State Republican Party, Ed Cox. Mr. Cox, good to see you.
Tom, good to be with you.
Yeah, so they're getting ready on the South Lawn right now. In June 1971, you were married in the Rose Garden to Tricia Nixon. What was
With
that?
a small audience of 110 million people.
So it was really watched all across the country.
It was. And we wanted to be a regular American wedding that we could share with all the American people. And I have to say, though, there's something special about sitting in the Oval Office there, waiting with the best man, my brother, and the minister, and then going out and watching, love of my life. We had dated for 8 years. We met here in New York as then we were in high school, and we were secretly engaged for a year beforehand. And seeing her float down the aisle in her beautiful wedding dress on the arm of the President of the United States with the White House in the background. But I have to say, it was just seeing her that really meant
you're getting a little emotional here just remembering it. I mean, it had to have been an incredible experience. Were you nervous?
No, I had spent a lot of time because we had been dating for 8 years and we had been engaged for more than a year. She'd spent 2 years in the White House and our families knew each other. We had a lot of mutual friends there. So it was really an American wedding in that way.
We are seeing pictures of your beautiful bride and you and the bridal party. What are a couple of moments that day that really stand out?
Well,
and give me a funny kind of behind the scenes one too, if you wouldn't mind.
Well, watching my brother put his feet up on the president's desk while we're in the Oval Office, I'm not sure, but that's okay. He's my older brother. That's all right. Or watching Tricia throw her bouquet right to my sister, who was her maid of honor. And she was married a year later, but it was a perfect throw.
And she was married to
Brinkley Thorne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so again, it is really something so special and something so rare.
Yeah.
And while the Vietnam War was raging, this was going on.
Incidentally, Tricia has written a nice note to Naomi.
Oh, she has.
Congratulations, yes, and
okay.
I had exchanged some emails with Peter, during this process. So but that's all private. And, there's a sort of when you're married in the White House, whether it's quietly, it's a family thing, and of course we had Alice Roosevelt, who was married in the White House, was at our wedding. She's 98 years old, but a good friend of the family.
Oh, wow.
And Linda Bird Johnson was there. Of course, she was married in the White House, too. So there's a historic part of it that people who are married in the White House, there's a connection there.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And of course, the wedding cake, I think, was 500 pounds or something like that. It was amazing.
Yes. The chefs at the White House know their business.
Now, let me ask you this, because the president doesn't pay for this. Like what's going on today at the White House, he has to pay for it himself.
Yes, he does.
Right?
No, that's personal, so it's paid for by the president and his family. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing those reflections with us on a very special day, and I'm really enjoying these photographs. I hope that the audience is as well, taking us back there to 1971. Please send Tricia our very best.
I certainly will.
I need to turn to politics, of course, right?
Yep.
One of the biggest stories of the 2022 election was New York, and the fact that New York picked up 4 congressional seats.
It was one heck of a fight.
Yeah.
2 years, knocking down amendments that were by the people that would have fixed it for the legislature.
Yeah, let me just give the audience a little bit of context here. So the Democrats in the legislature, they decided they were going to get rid of nonpartisan redistricting commission. They were just going to draw the lines themselves, and consequently, and we're looking at a map on the screen of kind of what it would have looked like if they had done that. But you took them to court. You and others took them to court, and you fought back against this.
We did. Well, first we had to get the commission funded. They weren't going to fund it, so we had to litigate to do that. In the end, we went into court with a very good national litigator and the best we could find in New York. And in Steuben County, we started there, went right up to the highest court in the state, appointed all by Democratic governors, and we won there because we were right. We just wanted fair districts, and they were cramming all the Republicans into 4 districts, and so they would get the remaining 22 districts of our 26 districts.
And when you were doing this, I remember people saying, "Look, it's New York. They're going to go to the courts. They're all appointed by Democrats. They're never going to do it."
People called it a miracle that we did it. Well, you know, when you're on the side of the angels, you can make miracles, and we were. We were just for fair districts, and the courts understood that. And by the way, all the editorial pages. John Faso did a great job going out to all the editorial, all the pages, and they were all for us because they realized they couldn't, except the New York Times.
Right.
The New York Times just didn't editorialize it. What are they going to say? Oh, we love this big gerrymander, illegal gerrymander that the Democrats have done?
And I think there's a lesson here for other states that when you see an arrogance of power, and again, it can happen on both sides.
Arrogance of power.
It can happen on both sides.
By the way, it's still going on. They are pursuing litigation. They got shot down on the first attempt after this to redo it.
But you can really have an impact when you push back against that kind of arrogance of power, and you saw that with the flipping of those 4 seats. I have one more question for you before I go to run, Mr. Cox. Former President Trump announced his 3rd bid for the presidency earlier this week. You were chairman of the New York State Republican Party for a decade while he was running, while he was president. You've been quite a help to him in various stages of his political life. Your thoughts on him announcing 2 years before the election and before the Georgia runoff? Your thoughts on that?
He's in a very unique position. Only Grover Cleveland has done this before.
That's right.
Elected, then lost, then ran again and won. So he's doing it in his own way, and Trump does what he wants to do. And sometimes it's the right when, as advising him, he admired my father-in-law greatly. And we had conversation before. So as chairman of the state party here, as he was beginning to run, I advised him. Sometimes he liked it, sometimes he didn't. In the end, he always thanked me for it because it was the right advice, and he took it, and he got the nomination of the party, and then ran a very unique campaign, and won his first term, and just the things that he did while he was in office were really very good. Very good.
And now he's nobody's ever seen, like you said, Grover Cleveland was the last person really to do this, and nobody has ever seen a campaign like the campaign that we are getting ready to all be a part of in this national conversation that we're having. So thank you very much, and we hope to have you back. Edward F. Cox, I think probably your best, what is your favorite title is Tricia's husband, Tricia Nixon's husband. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being here, sir.
Pleasure to be with you, Tom.
No crooked establishment.
None of that twisting the
truth.
No talking down to me.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
I trust Newsmax.
Newsmax.
They don't tell me how to think.
They let
me decide.
Newsmax.
Real news
For real people.